Good morning, everybody. So today is February 21st, and today is the day that I'm going to start my seedlings. But first off, I am going to start off the day with applesauce on toast. So what I ended up with is what I call a caramelized applesauce. I used some spices and I cooked this in my crock pot. You could do it in a Dutch oven. I've done that as well, but with the Dutch oven you have to watch it more closely. Made sure it got nice chunks of applesauce. And one of the things that I really love this on is when I was a kid growing up, it was quite common for us to have applesauce and peanut butter on toast for breakfast. It was just sort of mom's specialty. And so that's what I'm gonna have today, is I'm gonna enjoy this applesauce that I made back in October. And I'm gonna follow this up with a video of how I made that applesauce. So, applesauce is warm. Our toast popped out of the oven. And unfortunately, I'm now allergic to peanuts. So I've got almond butter here. So let's put some of that on. And now I am going to pour on my hot applesauce. Now, doesn't that just look delicious? So I'm going to enjoy this for breakfast. And I will see you after the video. Cue intro. Hi everybody, it's Sandy from My Mini Homestead, and today I'm out in a friend's orchard. There was quite the little windstorm yesterday, so now I'm out here gleaning apples. So let's take a look at the orchard and I will show you my bounty at the end. Nothing like being out in an orchard. It's like walking through this tunnel of garden heaven. And as you can see, these are the apples that came down last night. And so this is what I'm going to be picking up. All right, let's get to it. So here I'm at home now, and here's my harvest from today, out picking underneath the trees. I can't wait to get making applesauce and stuff. So tomorrow morning will be applesauce daily, so I'll get it going in the crock pots and I'll show you what I do. Have a great day. Today I'm going to work with the apples that I picked yesterday, but today's going to be busy in the kitchen because Mom's working on salsa at the same time. So I'm going to get the apples all washed up and then get them into the crock pots, so I'll show you how I'm doing that. Here's the apples I'll be working with today, and we'll use the KitchenAid to get them peeled off easy, and then I'll core them up and cut them into 1-inch pieces and get them into the crock pots. So Mom's helping me out and washing up the apples for me. Now I will be cutting those up, but I just need somewhere to put them. You can run out of bowls quickly. And this time I'm keeping track of how many apples it takes to fill up the crock pots. The white one is a little larger than the silver black one, but then this way I'll know for next time, you know, these are average size apples and how many I'll need to do the crock pot. So I can sort of plan ahead as I go. Now some of these are a little bit bruised, and that's just because I gleaned these ones, so these are what the storm knocked off the trees. So some of them may have landed in a little harder spot and picked up a bit of bruising, but they taste delicious. The other thing I've been doing too is trying out the different flavors of apples and seeing which gives the best juice and which pies, etc. These are Spartans, and they're supposed to make they're really good for baking and stuff. So doing up a bunch of these, but have used some other apples for others and just checking to see which is really flavorful. Next spring I'm planning on planting some trees out in what my mom calls an orchard. Right now our orchard only consists of 3 trees, an apple tree, a cherry tree, and a pear tree. I'm going to put in another pear tree, at least 3 peach trees, and then we're getting the tall, skinny apple trees that are basically the trunk that grows straight up. So I'm going to measure the spot and see how many we can get in there, and then plant a few different species. I know I'm going to put some Honeycrisps in there for eating. Just love them. Nice, crisp, and sweet. And then definitely want to have some that we can, process up for winter. And then agars. We've got lots of orchards around here. Our friends have a fabulous orchard, and that's where we like to get our fruit from. And I like doing this method in the crock pot or the slow cooker. I'm able to throw the apples in, get it going, check on it every hour to 2 hours, and able to do other work. I don't have to stand over the stove and keep an eye on it. And at the end of the day, I will have this beautiful caramelized applesauce. So this is what 20 apples gave me. I think once I get them all chopped up to like 1-inch squares, I may need to add another 2 to 4 apples. But let's get them all chopped up and see what we've got. I think I'm actually going to leave it at 20 apples. It's nice and full, and now it's just time to season it all. So of the allspice, I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon. I'm just guessing at it, putting it in there. And then just using the tablespoon, again, or soup spoon, I'm going to put in 2 heaping spoonfuls, a little bit more, of cinnamon. I love the cinnamon on it. And then we'll add some nutmeg. Now this, you only want maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. It is stronger flavored. It adds a nice flavor. You can get it out. Whoops, I got a little bit too much. Oh, what the heck. In it goes. And then just mix it all up so that the nutmeg and the allspice is mixed in really good with the cinnamon. Now as you're baking the applesauce, or the caramelized applesauce, it will all get mixed in. Okay, so let's get it all mixed in with the apples. I'm just gonna use my great big bowl. And into it. And then I'm just going to sprinkle the seasoning around the apples. Dump the last of it in. And then mix it all up into it. Sort of trying to get all the apples coated. And again, it's gonna cook and get mixed in there, but I just want to get as much as I can. Okay, so crock pot. So there's our crock pot, and I'm gonna dump everything back into the crock pot. And then I'm gonna grab a spatula. All this goodness. Our seasoning in here. Now at this stage, you could add in it. The recipe that I sort of follow calls for like 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, but I like to get my apples cooked down and see how it goes and see how much sugar I really need to add. I like to put in as little sugar as possible, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna get it plugged in. I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of water to the bottom of it, just so it doesn't burn and there's something there, and it helps get the juices and steam in it going. So I'm gonna get it plugged in and get it cooking. So I actually put in a cup of water, and we're just gonna get this turned on. So it's on, it's powered on, and as you can see, the light is there, and I've got it set for high. So we're gonna let this cook like this for 2 hours, and I will check it periodically in between. As you can see, the lid's not quite closed on there, but as it cooks down, it will go. So now it's time to get my second pot going. Okay, so I've got the second crock pot full, got it plugged in. We'll turn it on and get it going, and then we will check it in about an hour, but we'll leave it covered on high for 2 hours. There we go, our second crock pot of caramelized apples. The applesauce is looking great, but it needed some sugar, so I put in 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna mix it up, give it another taste, see if that's good. Give it a couple of minutes and then can it all up. It's yummy. So today's outcome of the caramelized applesauce, I have 11 pints and 3/4. So 3/4 is going in the fridge, and that's gonna go on toast and peanut butter. And Mom did some apple juice in the steamer, and then she did some regular applesauce. So it looks like at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 pints of that. And then salsa. This is so good. We'll make some more, and I'll show you what all goes in it when I do it. And that's it for tonight. It's 6:30 and the day is finally over. Okay, now to try this applesauce on toast. It is just so good. Now if you want to try and make this applesauce, I have the directions and ingredients down below. You can cut it into a half because I did a large crock pot, and of course I canned this, and I just made sure the applesauce was hot, put it into sterilized jars, and then put it into a hot water bath for about 10-15 minutes, pulled it out, and everything sealed up really, really good. Now if you like this video, please subscribe, click the like button, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.